Hi, welcome to Hip Mobility 3. So in this one we're going to spend a lot of time transitioning from like downward dog and then forward, exploring variations of lunges and so on to externally rotate the hip. So let's get started. Downward facing dog. So take a moment here just to feel into that dog, maybe pedaling it out a little bit. Just starting to warm into those hips and shoulders. And then let's sweep right leg up, bend the knee and open the hip. Bend and straighten the knee a few times. Again, just warming into those hip flexors. Let the hip release and foot find the ground, sweeping left leg up, bend the knee. Again, just straighten and bend that knee and let the foot find the ground. Let's sweep right leg up, bend that knee. So opening the hip and then bring the knee on the exhale in towards the chest and then to the opposite elbow, the left elbow. Sweep it back up, open that hip. Let's do that 2 more times. Bending the knee towards opposite elbow, and again, sweep up, bend the knee, open the hip, exhale, sweeping to the opposite elbow. 2 feet find the ground. Let's find that on the left side. So left leg sweeps up, bend the knee, and exhale, find opposite elbow. Again, sweeping up, opening the hip. Exhale, finding right elbow. Inhale, sweep it up, exhale, opposite elbow and downward facing dog. Taking a moment here to find your breath. Beautiful. All right, let's sweep that right leg up again. Exhale, draw that knee into the chest and step it forward. So we're going to settle down and find a lunge briefly here, just allowing that hip extension on the left side. So feeling into that, you can find a little pulse here if that feels good. And then let's scooch that right foot to the edge of the mat, and we're going to let the knee fall out to the side. So you can stay right here, supporting yourself with your arms, or maybe your hip would be happy if you come down to forearms. I like to take a little pulse here. It always feels good in my joint articulations to create a little bit of mobility. Beautiful. So coming back up, bending left knee, option here to reach back around and find that foot. Just holding for a few breaths. And then we'll release that. Right hand finds the ground, press it up and back, downward facing dog. Left leg sweeps up, stepping it forward, finding your lunge, back knee lands, standing up on the knee, and just releasing into that hip extension on the right side this time. Enjoying another breath here. And then with hands supported down here on the mat, let's scooch that left foot over to the outside of your mat and allow the knee to fall out to the side. So you see I'm on the blade edge of my foot, the outside of the foot. So just holding still and steady here in lizard pose, or maybe coming down to forearms, maybe finding a little pulse. And trying to find that ease when we're like working towards the edge. You don't want to go too far. And then walking the hands up. If you walk down, we'll bend the right knee. Option to sweep the left arm back and find that right foot. So introducing a twist here. Lots happening in this pose, lots of edges here to play with. And then let's release and take it back to downward facing dog. Again, just bending one knee and the other, finding a little bit of release from the work we just did. It can be pretty intense. And then we're going to step it forward into pigeon. So I'm going to bend my right leg, bring it forward and set it down so that I've got, almost a right angle here in the knee. So we can stay right here in the middle, or you can kind of take it out to the side and find some little pulses as we did in a previous video, just working into that external rotation. Holding it right here, or maybe coming down to forearms, or bowing it right into the ground. Just breathing energy into that hip joint. And then let's walk it up, and we're going to sweep that back leg, the left leg, over and find Matsi Andrasana twist. So this is my left leg that has the bent knee up. Inhale, right arm, exhale, just hugging that leg into your two sitting bones, finding the ground here, snuggling in, and then we start to go into the twist on the exhale. The inhale will release that effort slightly, and then exhale again into that twist. Inhale, softening, releasing. Exhale, twisting. And then inhale, just unwinds. We're going to swing that leg back around and step it back into our downward facing dog. And so again, just finding a little motion here, bending one knee and then the other before bringing the left leg forward and finding our pigeon on this side. So starting with that upright torso, you can see that this hip is going to be in extension. This one in external rotation, coming down to the forearms, if that feels good. Maybe bowing it right into the ground. You can always create that little motion side to side if that feels a little bit better on your hip. Enjoying one more breath here. Walk our way up out of that. I'm going to sweep my back leg around and find my Matsi Andrasana, or Lord of the Fishes twist. So now it's my right knee that's pointing up. Left arm's going to sweep around. Inhale here, exhale into the twist. Inhale to release any amount, exhale. Inhale, soften, release, and use the power of the exhale to go a little deeper. And then releasing forward, let's find our way back to downward facing dog. Just letting it all wash away where we've taken our body this time in this little practice. And then we'll bend the knees You can hop or step it forward and sit down. We'll find a seated Baddhakonāsana, so bound angle, and just take the space you need between the pubic bone and the heels. I need a little bit more space for my knees. You might be comfortable bringing them right in very close to the body. And then once you've found that comfortable space, trying to just spill the pelvis forward so that we've got a nice straight back. Straight's not the right word. So the wave form of the spine can find its shape. And then fluttering the knees a little bit, creating a little bit of mobility in those hips again, externally rotated. And then to release, to finish our practice, let's come onto the back. Take the feet the width of your mat and just allow the knees to come in. So internal rotation here, hands find the belly. And just release into this gentle internal rotation of the hips. Letting that practice go. Relax deeply and relax completely.